Hey guys, it's Chef Jason Morse, your Ace Hardware grilling expert, hanging out here at Big Green Egg headquarters in Atlanta, and we were feeling a little down about our Thanks grilling dessert, so we came to ask the good doctor for his help today. Tell us the amazing thing you got going.
Jason, I have the remedy for you. It's Thanksgiving, so we don't want to get too far off center. It's an apple crisp, but it's an apple and pear crisp, wood smoke flavor coming from the Big Green Egg, and I might add a little cayenne.
Oh, sounds amazing. Let's head in the kitchen and let's get cooking. We're back in the culinary center, right? This place is pretty awesome, I gotta say.
Now it's time to start cooking. Yeah, we love it here. We got this great setup. But one thing that you notice is not around here?
What?
A range.
I know.
Because there's 15 green eggs right out there.
Yeah, and that's crazy. We were trying to do something earlier. I'm like, hey, where's the stove? There's nothing. It's all out on the eggs.
This is Big Green Egg. That's how we cook around here.
So there's a rumor going around that this recipe you've never made before, you made it for us?
I did, yeah. I made a special recipe for you. I mean, it's sort of like every other apple crisp, but I wanted to customize it a little bit, have something special.
Right.
So an exclusive.
Exclusive?
Yeah.
An egg exclusive?
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Exactly.
I love
You're
it.
catching on.
All right,
nice.
man.
I like it.
Put me to work. What am I doing?
All right. Well, first thing we're going to do is peel all these apples and pears. So I got about 2 pounds of apples, Fuji apples I like, but whatever looks good that day. Don't get green apples. And about 2 pounds of pears. That's what you want to start with.
Nice.
You don't have to get every bit of peel off of them, but I don't like all that peel. This would be a lot of peel to have in your crisp. Get that in half, and I'm going to show you a trick tip.
Done.
So with pears, the core is in that one little spot. It's not like an apple. So you take a little spoon like this, or a melon baller, or something like that.
Done.
And that is clean.
It's awesome.
Now cut those into, I want coarse chunks. I want pretty good sized chunks, yeah.
Done. Cut this guy in half too.
Yep. And so that, as you know, you gotta core that a little bit.
Take all the core out of here. And random chunks again on this, right?
Yeah, same thing, about the same size. All right, so we've peeled and cut up the apples and the pears. Ready to go. Now you gotta keep moving though, because these will oxidize now.
All right.
Hang on those, don't get excited.
Oh, I'm getting all excited.
First, I would put the lemon juice in. That's the juice and the zest of one lemon. I just mixed them together for convenience, but you gotta have that acidity in there. Go ahead and add the sugar.
And this is what, turbinado or brown sugar?
Yeah, raw sugar, yeah.
Raw sugar.
Yeah, I mean, white sugar work too. I just usually have that around, so that's what I use.
All right.
Kind of doesn't matter. So what do we got? So a little bit of salt. You always got to have salt in desserts. You don't think about salt, but you miss it if you don't have it.
Sure.
Cinnamon, nutmeg, pretty normal.
Secret ingredient?
That's a secret ingredient.
What is that?
Cayenne, baby.
So a nice little kick.
It goes good with all that sweet, and the fact that it's going to pick up a little wood smoke flavor. If you don't like the cayenne, you could leave it out, but I'm in on the cayenne. Wait till you see. It's a little bit of bite. You're going to like it.
So I can mix all these guys together here.
The trick is with that little stuff, you want to get it distributed all real well throughout the apples and the pears. Yep.
Done.
I would toss that a little bit first.
Okay.
And if you did this, it would still cook right. It would taste right.
Like
it just wouldn't have that sauce that you want. Yeah, doesn't that smell like? Smells like Thanks grilling.
Right. All right.
There's the cornstarch.
Cornstarch.
You can use flour if you wanted, but the cornstarch makes for a nice kind of glossy sauce.
Love it.
So what I like to do is toss that, let it sit for a minute, and then toss it again because we've got to make sure we get those spices distributed.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to work on the topping over
Got it. So that's our streusel maybe, right?
Yep. Well, I just call it a crisp topping, but yeah, it's basically a streusel. 2 sticks of butter, cold, and cut into small pieces like that.
Okay.
Right? Well, the idea is we want it, somehow it becomes a pastry.
Sure.
Now, it's not like a classic pastry, but, we'll get there.
Right. A little more sugar.
More sugar. Equal parts sugar and flour.
Okay. And just regular all-purpose flour?
Yeah, just flour for this one.
Yeah.
And then 3/4 of a cup of oatmeal, just regular old oatmeal. Don't be buying the instant stuff. It's just regular old oatmeal.
Just the regular quick oats.
Yep. And again, a little bit of salt. You get all these powerful sweet ingredients. You always got to add a little bit of salt.
Okay.
And this is a pastry blender, kind of an old school thing, but this is what you use for something like this. Now you can use your hand mixer. You can do this with a fork. 2 knives, like 2 knives. That's how I learned how to make pastry. Any of that'll work, but you got to get this mixed together and pieces broke up. All right, now why don't you toss those
I'll give these guys
apples again, and then put them in a pan. This is the Big Green Egg skillet.
Okay, do you do anything to the pan ahead of time?
It's cast iron. It's pre-seasoned cast iron, but I did spray it with the typical vegetable spray kind of stuff, just to make sure.
Look at the way, like you can already see the sauce on here.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, I mean it's off and if it didn't have the cornstarch, it would just be getting wet. But the cornstarch, it really turns it into a nice.
All right, we'll set that bowl to the side. Give this guy a little shake, right? Oh, man down. All right.
Get it smoothed out all the way to the edges.
I love it.
You gonna eat that one?
Well, no, I was gonna leave it for later. I just
okay,
try not to make it obvious that I.
All right, now the trick is we want to get this spread out evenly.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about getting it mixed up too much. We want those big chunks of butter in there. That's actually fine. That's what a pastry cutter will help you do.
Okay.
We want those pieces.
All right.
But what we want to do, we want to get this spread all the way to the edges. And that's when you want to take your gloves like that and do it by hand. It's not really a pie. It's not really going to be like a pie crust, but we still want to cover it all the way to the edges.
Cool.
All right, this will go in the egg and it'll be ready to go.
I love it. Let's head out to the egg, and man, I can't wait to eat. All right, so we're out in the backyard. Now, I'll tell you what, Big Green Egg's backyard is pretty awesome too, right?
It's nice here, isn't it?
It is time to get this large egg ignited and get it started. And I know we talked about adding flavor. Walk me through. I mean, I have 20 friends. I get 25 answers on how to light the egg. What's the best way?
Well, yeah, the truth is all of those are right. Just don't use any liquid fire starter stuff. Anything else works and you're going to be fine. Do it the way you like.
Love it.
Lump charcoal, always lump charcoal. Ours is natural oak and hickory U.S. charcoal. That's what you got to use. Don't use briquettes. This is what you want, lump charcoal.
Perfect.
For starters, I like these. These are our Speedy Lights.
Speedy Lights.
It's just a natural fire starter. I like to break them in half.
Okay.
And I'll use 3 of those halves. See that hairy edge?
Yep.
Stick those down in there, light them, give it about 10 minutes, and it's ready to go.
Hot to trot.
Now, you
what
could
if
use the...
Yeah, I was going to say, what if I want to go a little faster?
If you're one of those guys, this is the butane igniter. Very cool item, lights it fast.
More power. More power.
Yeah, this thing's fun. If you're a gadget guy and you like the butane igniter, it works well too. One of those 2 for me. There's other ways, but these are my favorites.
I like it. We're adding a little bit of flavor. We're going to talk chunks and chips.
For me, wood chunks, I'll take 2 or 3 of them, about the size of my fist total, work them down into charcoal before I light it. Maybe I'll add a few extra chips around, but it's going to take, during the time, it's going to get a nice light smoke the whole time you're cooking instead of a big blast of smoke.
And I know you and I are on the same page. We are not chip soakers.
Nah, I just don't. There's no reason to do that. When you see all that smoke coming up after you soaked your chips or chunks, it's just steam, and it's just nothing that really helps you. We've got control of this by the oxygen level. There's no need to soak them. We just turn the gauge down a little bit, close the vent, and it'll be fine.
And we're done. All right, it's time to get this guy ready and fired up so we can get this Thanks grilling going.
Let's go.
Let's go. How do we start?
Make sure the bottom vent is wide open.
Wide open.
We stirred up the existing charcoal, the leftover charcoal that's in there.
Yep.
And now I'm going to add some fresh charcoal.
All right. And how full are you going?
We like to say to the top of the firebox.
Okay.
So give or take, there's a seam in there. There's 2 pieces in there. Firebox and the fire ring.
And the ring.
Right in between, right about there. That's perfect.
Love it.
You don't want to put too much and you don't want to have not quite enough.
Yeah.
All right, charcoal's loaded to the top of the firebox. I've got the Speedy Lights cut in half.
Okay.
I like to put 3 of them around the outside.
Sure.
Light it in 3 different spots. Let me have a couple of them. Let me have a
Couple
couple of those wood chunks.
You got it. You said Big Daddy, so there you are.
Oh, there you go. About the size of my fist. Right? There you go. Perfect. I like to just put these right in the middle. And now I want to light the Speedy Lights. I'm going to use the butane igniter to light my Speedy Lights. You can light the charcoal with this. You just got to stand around and make sure you get them lit.
Okay, so now we're ignited, right?
Yep.
How long before we get to the next step?
Well, the Speedy Lights, you got to let them burn out. About 5 minutes, they'll be burned out. The charcoal will be started. Not ready to cook yet, but it's time to put the EGGspander in, and then we can maybe shut the lid.
Awesome.
All right, it's been about 5 minutes. The fire's established, but the egg's not heated up to where we want it to be yet.
Right.
But now it's time to add the EGGspander.
Love this thing.
This is the EGGspander.
All right.
I drop it down in there. The convector is going to be down there to create the indirect cooking system.
Okay.
We also have 2 half rounds you could use.
Sure.
So you could have indirect on one side and direct on the other. And this will be the main cooking grate, and then the top cooking grate right here. Doubles the use of the egg. There, isn't that nice?
I love it. And I know what you're doing. You're setting this up so we can maybe do both.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
a nice thing to do. The apple chunks are down in there. So now we got to close this.
Okay.
Leave the vents open about 1.5 inches each. And now I got to get it up to the proper temp. 350 is what we're looking for. I want this vent about 1.5 inches.
Okay.
And this one down here, about right there, about 1.5 inches too. And we just keep an eye on it. It'll come up to 350.
All right, 350 degrees. Look at that smoke.
All right, here's my apple crisp. I'm going to choose the top shelf because I want the top of it to get nice and crispy. It's kind of hot up there.
But wait a minute. What about that?
Well, you know that green bean casserole we were eyeing up earlier?
Right?
Perfect spot for it.
Video coming for that too.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful. Ray, there's magic going on in here.
Ah, that's beautiful.
What?
This is the beauty of the EGGspander.
Right.
We can cook two things at once in the same egg. They're hanging out in different neighborhoods, but they're both going to cook beautifully.
That's awesome. And they're going to get a little bit of that apple flavor.
Yeah, the apple wood. You see the smoke rolling, that wood fire flavor from the egg and a little bit of wood. These are going to be next level Thanks grilling.
Egg goodness. Let's get this closed. Let these guys finish up. Close to Thanks grilling time.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
All right, been about an hour. My apple crisp looks beautiful.
Oh, that looks
Look at that
fantastic.
bubbly gooiness in there.
Awesome.
Perfect.
And the cool part of this expander, we finished both of these things together.
One egg doing all this work.
I love it. Well, let's head inside and finish up.
I can't wait to eat this stuff.
Beautiful. Well, happy Thanks Grilling. Thank you so much for having us here to Atlanta at the Big Green Egg Culinary Center, and I appreciate being able to cook with you all day.
We love showing this place off, so we're happy you guys came, and we're happy to do this. This is a fun day for me.
Pretty awesome. I'll tell you what, that apple crisp might be my new jam.
I think it's the cayenne.
And we're ready to eat.
Well, we got these other two things. We can't forget about the grandma's green bean casserole.
Yep.
And of course, the turkey.
Turkey is the best, right? Well, you can find these videos and more on our Ace Hardware YouTube channel from Ace, the helpful place.